Welcome, guys, to DFH Locker Room. It's been, 4 months since I put one of these out. We're changing the format a little bit, but we do have Mr. WavePunk here as a special guest. You guys might have seen him on some Rocket League streams. He's actually doing some Overwatch now, too. He's hosting. He's the man. He's got a great belt.
I do have that.
Yes.
I don't know where it is right now. Actually, it's in my closet, I believe. I don't have it. I should have brought it and been like, yes, it's the real one. Here's my ID.
But it is Mr. Wave. He's like the nicest guy by far in the RLCS because everyone else is just a piece of shit. So that's why we got him here. I tried to actually get Doomsy as well, but he was like Europe time zones are messed up. And then James, I'm saying it now, he is banned from any DFH Locker Room talk until we see that pigeon dance. We still haven't seen it. It's been 7 months, 6 months, something like that. I can't add. It's probably longer.
It's been an entire season of RLCS.
Yes, and we've had a long break too. We still haven't seen that pigeon dance, so he is banned completely until we see that. But we have WavePunk here, and our first topic, what we're going to do now with the format is try and split it up topic by topic and just have shorter videos, like 10 to 15-minute long videos, so we can keep the conversation focused. So first topic that we have today is the crate system entirely, talking about the player crates, talking about maybe is there too many crates. But that's my first question to you, Wave. Having so many different crate choices in the current setup, is that good? Or could that lead to some flaws in the system entirely, in your mind?
The first thing to me is someone who I like having the kind of completionist aspect of completing the entire library of items that can be available that you can have in Rocket League, right? And this is most games I'm like, I'm too far behind, I can't do it. But Rocket League, it's like I actually have all the items, I actually can pull this off, right? And so I kind of enjoy that there was a time when the first 3 crates came out and I was doing pretty good, and these last 2 came out and I was like, oh my gosh, I think I'm missing a lot of things. I still don't have an Octane ZSR, and I'd really like to have one. So there's that whole aspect for me, but there's also on the trading side, does it make certain items not as valuable? And remember when colored wheels were the thing?
Yeah.
It was everyone wanted colored wheels, and then they're like, here's moving animated wheels, and everyone's like, who cares about colored wheels? Have your
now we need colored animated wheels.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It's still always about colors, but it's just how far are these wheels going to go? See, my problem with it is I haven't kept up at all with the crates, and even when crates were coming out, I was saying I necessarily don't love a system like this for me personally because I'm not a big into cosmetics, but I like the system for the community because then it just makes Rocket League make more money where they can split it up into different spots, on the esports side, or even develop more stuff. So that's fine with me. I'm just not a big cosmetic guy. I started off doing a little bit more, and then I just got way behind because there's been so many crates coming out. But I think the one main problem with all these crates coming out, we have the player voting crate, which we'll get into in a bit. But having so many crates is when the player voted crate comes in, it's actually going to be extremely hard to actually get because that's the 5th crate now.
Sure.
So when you get a crate drop, you only have a 20% chance of even getting the crate that you might want. So going forward, I'm a little worried about that. It seems like every 2 months or so we're getting a new crate, and if that continues, we're gonna have a ton of crates soon. And I don't know exactly how to solve it because say they take out crate ones, but then those items you can't get besides in a player voted crate or something like that. So that could lead to problems as well.
I think it'd be really fun if they went for kind of almost a League of Legends vault system.
Yeah.
Of now that we've got this many crates, let's put crate 1. I have all the items, at least in some form or fashion, from crate number 1 at this point. And let's just put that in the vault. It goes away for a while. The items become more valuable as the market kind of gets thinned out because not as many people have them. And then later on, sometime next year, they bring back crate 1. It'd be kind of cool if you got to a certain point where maybe certain items that weren't as popular are taken out and they put new items in, and then those items that weren't as popular do become kind of completely limited and they're done. You're not gonna be able to get them unless you trade for them or something like that. I feel like that would be cool. As long as we're talking about kind of the trading economy. But I totally do feel your point that I remember when the I think it was the purple ones came out. I got 3 blue or orange crates before I got a purple crate once, and I was all I wanted was to try and get the breakout, right? And I wasn't even getting the opportunity for one, and I was so frustrated. So I definitely feel that way, and I didn't realize that was going to be a problem until that happened. And I was like, wait. It's still just as high of a chance to get any of the crates, not the new one, what I really, really want,
Exactly, yeah. See, my problem with the vault system, it's weird because we have crates. Like that was a nice zoomed in of WavePunk. That was great. So we have. The problem is we still have crate ones in people's inventory. So how do you like go about like, oh, are these locked now, or do we just not drop any more crate ones going forward? My idea was actually maybe having like a crate trade up system where you have different tiers of crates. You know, me and my tiers, I love them for teams. I love them for crates. You know, it's great. So we start with like crate 1 and 2s turn into like a tier 2 crate or something where if you trade 1 for 1, you can trade to get a crate 1. Like if you desperately want one, say you have a crate 3, but you want a crate 1, but then say like new crates, it takes like 3 crates trade in to get that crate 5 or the player choice crate, and have these different levels maybe of, because then at least there won't be like a crate surplus, and it will actually keep them trimmed down a little bit, but at least players can still collect crates and still have a use for them even if they get the wrong crate. Because if someone has all the items in crate 1, it's not much that you can actually do with crate 1s at this point, because they're not really valuable to pretty much anyone at this point.
Sure.
But then at the same time, trying to find crate 1s, like I guess a lot of people will just have them, but it might be hard to find trades for them because you don't know like what they're valued for. And if you could just trade like 1 crate 4 for a crate 1, that actually might not be a terrible idea, because they already do have a trade-in system kind of in the game with items that they kind of teased, but then they took it away sort of because they came out with this crate system. So maybe if they use crates for that, that might help a little bit.
Yeah, I think that would be an interesting idea. We would need to kind of get to more of a Counter-Strike, like different crates are worth more, or different crates have like a higher percentage of dropping a more valuable item. Because right now it's like no crate is really more valuable than any other, just other than the fact that some have been out longer. So like crate 1s are less valuable just because everyone's had more chances to open them. But like technically the items aren't any better. You know, it's not like you have a better chance in a crate 4 of getting a more valuable item. So I feel you would need to change that up. I would also love to see just some sort of reward for the people who are like, I can't spend the money, I can't buy keys, but I play the game so much. I mean, so many of my viewers all the time will be like, yo, I got crates for you. I got, 20 of every type of crate. What do you want? Because I don't spend any money. It's like if they could like, I don't know, like 10 crates would allow you to open 1, or we're trading for a key or something, I don't know. Something like that could be good too. Which is, I'm getting off topic here, but I feel like just some way to give something back to the people who are playing the game so much, but just literally can't afford the keys because they're 12 or whatever,
Yeah, like the only problem with that is then you get the crate farmers coming out in full force probably for those keys. Like if you make it that easy, there is ways to trade crates for keys, because a lot of people will trade like a key for like the newer crates. Not generally crate 1s and 2s anymore. Like unless you package like 10 crate 1s in, then you might get a key or something. So there are like avenues for people to try and get keys that way. The problem is if they don't want to trade with strangers and stuff like that, like if they are younger, then it leads to problems there. But then also, you were saying like the value of the items. Like I think in a way the value of the items keep getting better and better, because Psyonix is getting better at making items per se. So crate 1s, like their items are not as detailed maybe as crate 4s or like the player choice crates. So there is a little bit of value, but at the same time, like I think if you keep them all equal, then you just go off a time-based system of trade-ins. That might be a way to solve it. Because I think eventually, like we're going to get to a point, like when this player choice crate comes out and people want that crate, there's only a couple new items in it, which is all distortions, which... let's get into that real quick. So out of all so it was what? Distortion, Dot Matrix, and there was one other one. I can't remember what the other skin was. I don't have that article up. But I was very worried, like as soon as they came out with this player voted system, that like no matter what one, like I just didn't want it all 4 to be the same.
Yeah.
And then of course it was the one I hate the most. I always talk bad about Distortion. I think it looks terrible. Which is fine. Like other people like Distortion. I'm fine with that. But I wish they would have done like something like, all right, let's vote on these 4, and then maybe like one can only win twice. Like because it was 4 cars but 3 decals. Yeah. So like say Distortion won all 4 votes, just take the most votes from the first 2, and then like take the second place for the next 2 or something like that, just to give it a little bit more of some. And honestly, Psyonix probably could have just lied about it and did that themselves after they noticed this problem. Like they could have, and at the same time, that's probably bad. But like I would have much preferred that than having the same exact decal, because now I think this player crate is just not that great for people that don't like Distortion. There's almost no reason to go for it, like unless you want to import battle cars and you don't have them yet, because those are the 3 favorites for sure. And of course, like the wheels too are the most popular, but it's rough having 4 distortions in there.
Yeah, I voted Snakeskin was the other one, and I voted all Snakeskin.
Okay. See, I voted all dot matrix.
See, the thing is, like, I voted all Snakeskin because it's the only one that allows you to set both colors, and I'm like, I love like. The distortion's cool and dot matrix is cool, but the fact that it's like black and then whatever color, I don't know, for some reason I don't put black on my cars very much. I do kind of blue and white, like that's my color scheme, right? So I was like, Snakeskin's cool. I have Snakeskin on my Dominus. I'd love to put Snakeskins on the other cars as well. Like Snakeskin's one of my favorite skins in the game, but I totally agreed with you. Like when I saw they were like, hey, you can vote on what items you want. I'm like, oh, this would be sick. I can tell them exactly what I want. And then I was like, wait, so you're just telling me I could have things I already have and things I already have on different cars? Like this is I don't really care. Like what is in the crate?
Well, so the decals
I have all these items. Like I have every item in this car except for the 2 decals that are on. Was it all of them?
No. Like they're all on the import versions, so they're all brand new decals.
Oh, I see that. Okay,
but it's all distortion, and I'm like,
I don't care about distortion. I have all the other items, so like I was really hoping to be like some like make a variant on the lightning wheels or a variant on the Zombas or like, and then like if it was, I was so pumped when it was gonna be like vote on an import battle car. Like which car do you want the next car? Which model do you want to have? So like vote for a Paladin or something like that. Because like the poor Paladin
that would have been pretty cool.
Has gotten nothing in 5 crates now.
I know.
Paladin has literally had 0.
Same with Backfire.
It's like, what is, like, come on. You like these cars some people love these cars. I have a friend who was a main on a Paladin for the first like 800 hours of his Rocket League life, and I know he'd love anything for that car.
Exactly. You know? Well, there is the mystery decals that do work on every car, so at least you have something.
That's true.
But so at the same time, like it's hard to vote for an import battle car because I assume that takes a lot longer to make.
Sure.
And these decals, I assume they made them all, and they're probably going to come out in the next few crates anyway with dot matrix and the like Snakeskin, because otherwise, why would they have the vote up? Yeah. They probably had them all ready to go, so they'll probably come up like in that April update when we get season 4. There's going to be a new crate, and I bet there's going to be some dot matrices and some Snakeskins in there, but it's just weird to have distortion on everything. That's the only thing I did not want, and like even if it was all dot matrix, and that's what I voted for, I would not have liked that either because I want to have some different skins per car. But
can you imagine what the wheel's gonna look like when you go to like open the crate? It's just be distortion, wall distortion. It's like, oh, I wonder what I'm gonna get.
Yeah, but you make a good point of like I hate the decals as well where you can't change colors, and I wasn't sure about dot matrix because I don't actually use it, but I just don't like Snakeskin either. Sure. So I went with dot matrix, but yeah, like I don't like decals where you have to have it as black because I always go by color schemes too. Like usually I am going like yellow and black and blue and white, but still I want that choice because it just seems weird to not have the choice when a lot of them have that choice.
And while we're on this topic,
okay, go ahead.
Psionics, if you're listening, please give me the option to say that my primary color is black or white, and then my secondary color just becomes the original primary color options. I would love for that to be an option to where I can have like white be my primary, and then I don't get the full palette of secondaries, but the secondaries becomes the original primary. So at least I'm staying within the color scheme of blue or orange or whatever.
Yeah, that would probably be weird to code, but they probably could do it. That would be fun. My problem with that is like, say you go black and then you just go a really dark color, it's going to look basically all black. But I do like that idea because like I don't like decals when you can actually make them the opposite team's color. Like I wish they limited it because then some decals take up more like real estate than the actual color, and then it gets confusing for like when we spectate on the RLCS, like they look like they're on the other team. So so I'm not a huge fan of that either. So I can get behind you 100%. Any last words about crates that you want to throw in there?
No, I've generally been, it's been like the Psionics has generally always been amazing about just about the point where you're like, okay, cool, I've settled in. This is Rocket League now. They're like, hey, here's a new update with a whole bunch of new stuff. You're like, whoa, Rocket League's Christmas again, And the same thing's been true about the crates. It's like just about the time I start to feel like I've got all the items in the crates, they give me a new one, and so that's been way fun. But I like it's just a fun crate story. I saw in the very first crate, they're photons, the ones that just like with the one thing that like rotates.
Yeah.
Everyone calls them loopers, but loopers are the other one. I love photons, and I saw it and I was like, I want that wheel. I want that to be a thing because that's just so me. I love Tron aesthetics and everything.
Yep.
And I started to open it and I was like, I couldn't get it, and I'm like, I'm streaming and I know people have them and they'd be like, oh, we'll give WavePunk my photons, but I'm like, that's cheating. I don't want to I want to get them. So I've bbeen opening blue crates since the very first one, and I think it was this Monday. Maybe it was last Friday. I finally got them, and I was like, I literally was like, it was the last crate, and I always listen to Blink-182, all the small things, because it gave me 4 exotic wheels in a row, and the last one was the photons, and I was like, all right, we got 1 crate left. It'll be photons, won't it? And then it was, and it jumped and danced.
There you go.
That's my crate story.
See, like you could have just went on to like a trade thing and got it for like 5 keys.
Yeah,
but it's not. But it's not the point. It's not the point.
We wouldn't have had a great moment on stream then, you know?
Yeah, one tip I saw, I can't remember the video. It was one of those videos where he was going over like how rare like colored wheels are. But if you ever see a colored wheel, then you always get it.
Yeah.
So, which kind of ruins the wheel aspect. But like, if you see it in the wheel, you know that you'll get it right away. So there's a tip for you guys at home.
That's fun.
Which I just probably spoiled the whole wheel for you now, and now Sonics will patch it out because they don't want it spoiled. But that'll do it for this topic, guys. If you have any thoughts about the crate system, if there's any ways that it could change, because like come a year from now, this system might not work as well as we've had it so far. Let us know in the comments, and shout out to Wave for helping me out here. Thanks, Wave.
Absolutely, anytime.